What a momentous occasion. Cricket is the real winner today because after all the heartbreak, after all the hostilities, after all the tension, a country that has been gripped by tragedy, political turmoil, has finally registered one of their biggest wins today. Yes, Afghanistan, let us make no mistake about it. Afghanistan have thrashed, I'm not going to say beaten, they have thrashed Pakistan by 8 wickets in a pursuit of 283 in Chennai. And let this be a lesson now that for the first time, Afghanistan have won 2 matches in a World Cup, and the person that they're showing on screen,
2 of them in fact.
Yes, a
2
certain
of them, and we'll talk about both of those gentlemen because what have they done, yeah? What have they done to this team? This team always had the caliber. We knew that they always had the potential. But there is one thing having potential, the other is harnessing that potential. And these 2 gentlemen, we're talking about Jonathan Trott
and Ajay Jadeja,
who helped Afghanistan orchestrate a win against his team, England. And then Ajay Jadeja bringing in his expertise on both the occasions. Yes, of course, at the moment, you see Mickey Arthur on the screen as well. He continues to be baffled. The players are taking a victory lap. But let's not forget, let's be not mistaken about the fact that the win against England that had come a couple of days back for Afghanistan was any fluke. Today is a reminder for everyone, including us here in the studio, that win was no fluke. Today is no coincidence. Afghanistan aren't doing things by a miracle. It is all perfect execution and planning. The one thing, and why I say this with conviction, is both those wins coming when Afghanistan had the upper hand over the opposition, were in complete grasp of the situation, complete control they exhibited against England. Today, perhaps
they have done it against their foes. They have done it more. Yep. They have done it against their foes. And remember, when we had gone to Afghan market, the sentiment was there from all the fans who had assembled. Boss, you've beaten England, great. But on 23rd October, we want to beat Pakistan. Because if you look at the history that has been there, geopolitical tensions aside, and also because of the recent dip in bilateral relations also between the 2 nations, you look at what's happened in the Asia Cup of 2022. Naseem Shah hitting those 2 sixes and ensuring Afghanistan would be dumped out. 2019, amidst all the scuffle between the fans in Leeds, there was a political banner also. Afghanistan could have won their first game then in
Absolutely.
2019.
2019, I remember, yeah.
But they lost by 3 wickets with 2 balls to spare, with Imad Wasim bailing Pakistan out at that time. Now, 2022, and even the heartbreak in that bilateral series that Naseem Shah again did with Shadab Khan.
Yes, that was very close to the heels of the World Cup.
Now they have achieved it on the grandest stage of them all. A World Cup win does not get any bigger this for Afghanistan cricket, and because of that now, this is truly a shot in the arm for them. 4 years of pain that they have had against Pakistan, all has been eliminated in Chennai. And look at, that's why there's a victory lap. They wanted this win even more badly than against England. Beating now the defending champions and the 1992 champions now, Afghanistan has shown they can potentially get 2 more wins against the Netherlands, against Sri Lanka potentially.
Also, yes.
Boss, they are in with an outside chance.
See, mathematically they are there. Let's not be mistaken. Mathematically, Afghanistan have a chance. They have 2 wins under their belt already. That is just as good as some of the other teams that find themselves locked in number 6, number 7 on the points table right now.
Yep, and remember their next games, I think they will play the Netherlands, they'll play Sri Lanka, they will also play against Australia. And remember, if they encounter a spinning deck, who knows what can happen.
Well, they were aided here in Delhi because of the pitch. They were aided by the pitch here in Delhi when they beat England. And what they've done today as well, again, complete control. Absolute complete control. At no point in both those games were Afghanistan under the cosh, were Afghanistan under pressure. They in fact were the ones putting the opposition under pressure at all times. At one point you thought that maybe 282 wasn't something that Afghanistan could get to, and they had leaked runs. They did leak runs towards the end, I'll be honest, because given the wickets that they'd taken, they should have capped off the Pakistan innings much earlier.
Yep. I mean, 91 runs were scored in the final 10 overs. We all thought that maybe Iftikhar Ahmed and Shadab Khan had once again done their bit. But the control that first Rahmanullah Gurbaz showed, aided much more importantly by, if you have to look at it, Ibrahim Zadran. Now, Ibrahim Zadran is one very important factor in this chase, because 87 of 113, you'd say 77. But he ensured that Gurbaz could score freely.
True.
And he was very assertive at the other end. He did not give any chances.
True.
Despite being bogged down by cramps, Ibrahim Zadran refused to give up. And then his 87 allowed even Rahmat Shah to play his natural game.
Yeah,
yes.
Play with ease. Yeah.
And because of that, Afghanistan 8-wicket win against a Pakistan team who were considered contenders.
First ODI win also against Pakistan.
Yes.
They could have had it. They almost did when they were playing that series in Sri Lanka.
And also in Leeds. But it did not happen, and that's why momentous day today in Chennai. I mean, whatever way we look at it, Afghanistan, if we thought the victory was huge in against England in Delhi, now on a flatter deck in Chennai, they have shown that their batting and their bowling, they're not one-trick ponies. They can adjust in any kind of conditions. Chennai was not a spinning deck. It was a flatter deck, and it became better to bat on as the game progressed. So, this win, and today Afghanistan fans are going to erupt with joy. The party is going to last for a couple of days, because this is the win that they wanted. Much more than England, they wanted this victory against Pakistan. So, is the cricketing world stunned by this, Nikhil? Because they now have a good chance of even making the semi-finals. Outside chance though.
We'll take a look at the points table and really figure out whether they have a chance. But you said, is the cricketing world stunned? I don't think a lot of people will remember, but I will take you back to a few weeks ago, before the tournament was to start. I don't think Pakistan is surprised with this loss. When I say that, I don't talk about the Pakistan public at large. I'm sure the country as a whole would be very surprised and shocked, because the first ever loss to Afghanistan in an ODI. But I don't think the Pakistan team would be that shocked. I'll tell you why. Because you go back to about 120 days ago, when the schedule was announced. If you remember, there were reports where Pakistan wasn't too happy playing Afghanistan in Chennai.
Yes.
So why was Pakistan not happy playing Afghanistan in Chennai? Because Pakistan somewhere knew that Afghanistan in Chennai will be a dangerous team to play. We knew that Chennai is a track that is a spin friendly track. Let me just tell everyone who doesn't know that this in fact was the same strip that was used for the India-Australia game. So this is only, while there have been few other games in Chennai, but the strip, the exact pitch that was used for India-Australia was used for this India versus Afghanistan game as well. What did it tell you? It told you that it is going to help spin bowlers, because that's the kind of pitch you expected India to be playing on, and that is the kind of pitch that you would have got here too. And that is exactly what happened. I think the 30 overs bowled by Afghanistan spinners, outstanding. I think together they gave 100 odd runs. And then the 20 bowled by the two fast bowlers is 100 plus, with just 2 wickets. And look at their spinners. They've given
121 runs.
121 runs in 30 overs.
Yes.
Might I add, where they have also picked up 5 wickets. So the difference is stark in terms of which type of bowling it was helping. So Pakistan knew that. Now it's not just Afghanistan spinners that the Pakistan batters would have been wary of. Actually, they did decently well to have put up the total that they did. I think they were more worried about their own spin attack.
Yes.
And I think that is what got exposed today. So it's not that the Afghani spinners really scared the hell out of the Pakistan team, or they were, completely clueless. It wasn't like England. England has actually lost to Afghanistan spinners. Pakistan lost because of their spinners, and this was that one glaring weakness that Pakistan had, which everyone kept talking about. You cannot be playing a World Cup in the subcontinent with substandard spinners.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you cannot win a World Cup in the subcontinent with, I don't want to use the word, with below par spinners. The word that came to my mind was much harsher.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be that. But what did Pakistan do? They came to this World Cup thinking that with Shadab, with a Nawaz who did not play, was unwell. But even if you would have played, wouldn't have been that potent, because they've actually played, the two spinners have played because they've been giving them batting, not because of the spinning talent. With these two spinners, on conditions that is not helping the fast bowlers, what this game has done is expose Pakistan's bowling.
Yes.
And this entire narrative that the best bowling attack, it's only the best bowling attack when their fast bowlers are firing, and their fast bowlers are only firing if the conditions are conducive to them. If you were to, that's what I'm saying, if you were to ask me to compare India's fast bowling attack to the Pakistan fast bowling attack, Indian fast bowling attack is far better, because even when the conditions are not conducive to a Jasprit Bumrah or a Mohammad Shami or even a Mohammad Siraj to that extent, they will pick you wickets.
They adapt.
Pakistan needs Shaheen Shah Afridi, Hassan Ali,
Haris Rauf
will need conditions, then they can be there. So they didn't get, okay, not their fault, not the ideal conditions for them. But that's when the spinners then come into. And the spinners you've gone with, we all know. And it's not that you've woken up to it now. You should have known well in advance heading to that tournament. Boss, this is going to happen. So there it is. Pakistan almost.
Yeah.
All but.
Because see, 30 overs for 121 for 5 Afghan spinners. But look at Pakistan. You had 16 overs, 104 from Usama Mir and Shadab Khan. Then 21 overs, none for 131. That is the difference. 21 overs, none for 131 compared to 30 overs, 121 for 5.
True.
And Shadab Khan, it's not an overnight struggle for him. He's been struggling since June with the ball. With the bat, he's done well, and today he did well with the bat.
Today as well. But in fact, a couple of occasions now that he's gotten about 35-40 runs with the bat.
And today, the spin that was on offer was just not there. It wasn't a rank turner by any stretch of the imagination. Noor bowled with accuracy, Rashid bowled with accuracy, Mujib and Nabi bowled with accuracy, Shadab and Usama, one-dimensional, missed their lines. And time immemorial, the problem of Pakistan, their fielding. Again, they let so many of their boundaries go. Iftikhar dropped a catch at slip.
Yeah.
Where have you put Iftikhar in the slip cordon? You should have had your best fielder there. And who's the best fielder? Shadab. They didn't have him there. Poor fielding. And that is why a team against Pakistan will always score 25 to 30 runs extra because of their absolute substandard fielding. And when you're two spinners, your spin doesn't perform. The recipe for disaster. Today, even if you look at it, none of the wickets came by skill. Gurbaz stoppaged, and somehow Usama Mir took a catch. He made it up for the horrendous drop that he had a Warner in Bangalore. And I am sorry, if the match, what they wanted was, they wanted Pakistan, Australia in Chennai, Pakistan, Afghanistan in Bangalore. But they would have been dealt with an even bigger shellacking then. Because Pakistan's batters...
I like that word,
shellacking. I am telling you, Pakistan's batters today, Abdullah Shafiq hit a 6, 1,168 balls, Pakistan hit a 6 in the batting power play. This is 90s style cricket that they're playing. The batting is prehistoric. Your fielding is the only thing that is consistent, consistently woeful, horrible. Your spin bowlers have not performed. Look at each and every Pakistan ICC title triumph. How they have won. If in 1992 there was a Wasim Akram wreaking havoc, you had the genius of Mushtaq Ahmed. If you looked at in 2009, you had Mohammad Amir, but you also had Shahid Afridi. 17, if you look at it, you had your pace bowlers in Hassan Ali and Mohammad Amir, but you also had a Shadab who was firing. None is firing at this point in time.
What did you make of 282 mid innings? What did you make of it?
I thought it was a competitive total because this kind of a wicket,
Par, above par?
above par.
Even I thought they made extra few runs over there. Given the stranglehold, I believe, that Afghanistan had over Pakistan at one point, they shouldn't have allowed them to get to 282.
That's fine. How they got it? When it was 282, what did you make of the total? Par, above par?
Above par.
Above par. I thought Pakistan had the slight edge at the halfway stage.
I mean, knowing the kind of pitch that was on offer, I would also say that maybe they got about 20 more.
Yes.
But then, this is while the inning was on, and now if you look at it, look at Afghanistan. Every game, they have been getting the 270 odd, which is something that we failed to see.
Right.
Versus India, they got it.
You're right.
India chased it down. Versus England, they got it. England could not chase it down.
Only against New Zealand they didn't get.
Yeah, but at a consistent level, what I'm just saying is that now when you look back at, and those are also spin friendly tracks. Why I thought that this was 20 above par for
You
Pakistan.
thought Delhi was spin friendly. I thought it was a flat deck.
Delhi was okay. It
Did you not see what happened to the England batters?
No, I'm talking about the India
match. India match.
But I'm talking about the England match, which also happened in Delhi.
You're right.
So I'm saying when I saw this total, and why I would have also agreed with you that it's 20 above par, is because this was a spin friendly track. India Australia had played in Chennai on exact this same strip. So keeping that in mind, low scorer sort of a game you could have had with Afghanistan spinners that they are, I think Pakistan would have taken it. But what we were kind of forgetting is that Afghanistan had been notching up to 70 odd. Like that had been their range.
In 3 out of 5 games.
Yeah, in hindsight, if I was Pakistan, I would have wanted more. Because while Afghanistan is really emerging as a cricketing nation and they have some real good young talent, Gurbaz we all know about, and then the rest of the Zadran and all of them, a really good talent. Ibrahim Zadran was very good today, and all of them, Rehmat Shah, Shahidi, and then they still have Omar Zai, who had a very good game earlier
against India.
Exactly, against
Ikram
India.
Ali Khil against England.
Yes.
He got you those crucial runs.
Nabi, Rashid, so back deep, but you knew that is their range, comfort level. Had Pakistan gone past 300, that would have been out of their comfort zone. They wouldn't have got. Now in hindsight, I'm just saying, in hindsight, if you look at it,
you're saying that they would have anyway backed themselves to get this kind of a total.
Correct is what I'm. See, if you remember when that India game where we said, small ground, should they have gotten more? And at that time, those are my thoughts, that I think Afghanistan realized that if we go chasing for 300, we won't even get 250.
Which is why they opted to bat first.
Yeah, so I'm just saying they played safe, right? They know their strengths and weaknesses. If you try and achieve
but
the
that's
moon,
defensive.
No, but you gotta realize, see, you need to know your own strengths and weaknesses.
I agree.
So what do you do? Sometimes what I'm saying is, like, if I'm up against, I'm playing any sort of game. If I'm up against in a boxing match, a much superior guy than me, I know that if I go all out attacking, I'm gonna be dead. He's a 7-time world champion. I'm this youngster guy. My only chance is if I tire him, or if I wear him down. That's my only. I play a KG kind of an encounter where low scoring, frustrate him. Those are the things that you look at. So I think Afghanistan, knowing their strengths very well, that if you go full out and out punching match, you go for as much, I'll chase it down. You go. I'm not that kind of a team. My thing is, let's play a KG encounter. Like, I get a decent, and then my bowlers come into the mix, trouble you, pitch, which happened against England. I thought that's exactly they must have thought against India. That, see, if I go aiming, I know it's a small ground, lots of runs. If I go aiming for 300 plus, I keep attacking, I won't even get 220, and then it's a no game. Like, halftime, I've lost. Instead, let me go 270. Who knows? On a given day, they panic, 1-2 bad shot. My bowlers do something. I'm in the game. So safe approach, but I think the prudent. And see, they didn't change that plan. Is what I'm like. It's not that what happens, as you said, that that's defensive, whatever. They had a team meeting and said, let me change that. Let me go all out because if I have to win, they did not. They used the same plan against England, worked. Did not work against India, worked. Same plan in that sense. It helped them because they were chasing, but they would have been happy that this is the game plan that had they batted first, also would have kind of gone to 270, 80.
Correct.
They wouldn't have tried to achieve more, and then hope our bowlers do the trick against Pakistan. Pakistan under pressure, lose wicket. So all I'm saying that they, like, what do they say? Within your means. You're trying to be within your means. And I sometimes say, and a lot of people say that, oh, faltu mein giving Indian guys credit, but it's so typical of Ajay Jadeja school of thought, not thinking. As I spent so many years with him, a kind of, not that I've had a conversation with him, maybe I will one day call him one of these days and try and get some insight. But it's just telling me, this is that typical, Jadeja street smart philosophy. Listen, देखो ये करना है, ये करते हैं, फंसेंगे कभी ना कभी, they things like that, जाल में आएंगे, something like that. Slowly. See, one thing which was very interesting, their singles and doubles today.
Yes.
Did not take too many risks. So they are like, no chances, boss. This is our range, 280 is what we wanted.
Yeah.
Now let's not panic. Let's not play blinders and shots and then panic and lose this game from a winning position. No.
Yeah.
Go singles, doubles, great running between the wickets.
28 fours and 3 sixes. So that means you have essentially hit 130 runs only in boundaries. The remaining runs have come in singles and twos.
Wow, about 150 odd.
56 runs. And this is Afghanistan in brutal conditions, by the way. Humid, and Rahmat Shah was cramping. Ibrahim Zadran was cramping big time. But yet, singles and twos, and because of the fast start that Gurbaz gave them, you are always ahead of the run rate in the middle from 24 to 32. I think you had a lean patch, but then they still managed to ensure.
I remember, 15th over mark. I remember the broadcaster showing they were about a run and a half over the required run rate. That's the kind of start that they got right at the top. Thanks to, and it was Zadran
and Gurbaz.
I think they set the tone in that 8th, 9th over that Haris bowled.
Yes.
Where he got smashed for 4 boundaries or something like that. From that time, you knew the tide was turning. So even if there were any butterflies, because at the halfway stage, 280 odd, you would have been like, no, good total, and Afghanistan may not. That over with the Hammond, by the way, Haris has had a terrible World Cup. Terrible World Cup.
If you look at it, in the Sri Lanka game, it was Kusal Mendis who took him to the cleaners.
David Warner the other day.
But I think the onslaught that Rohit Sharma had in Ahmedabad broke him.
You know what that tells you? This is often, is shared on social media. Kuch bhi kaho yaar, pace is pace yaar. I do not agree, because he does have pace, but you're a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
If you're only relying on your pace to do the work for you, it's not going to happen. It is even the quickest of bowlers have realized, like, look at Jasprit Bumrah also has pace, but he's got skills. He's found skills to help him.
Even Mark Wood in the same bracket at the moment, he's been found wanting.
Yep.
Sean Tate in the past.
Yeah.
One trick pony.
No, I'm saying that time was still slightly different, but in today's day and age, I'm talking a decade later, the batter, even till that time, batters were kind of scared of pace, but now with these bowling machines where they're practicing 150, 55 on a regular basis, I don't think, earlier smaller teams you could scare with pace, if not the bigger ones. Smaller team pace. Now these batters, pace is not an issue. Skill of a bowler can get you. Whether he swings it, reverse swings it, has got swing, cutter, or whether it is some sort of variation that he's developed, slower bouncers and whatever. That is what can get you wickets. If you are now thinking that, let's go 30 years ago, where batters were really scared of pace, and I'll just bounce them, which Haris tries to do.
Yeah.
Not happening, brother.
Not happening at all. And again, look at this way. Afghanistan's batters would be very well versed with the pace of the Pakistan bowlers, because most of them play their domestic cricket in Pakistan. They would be aware of the pace, the variations, what are the dynamics of Pakistan's fast bowling, much more.
And no, anyway, these guys now, they're batters. They are all franchise-based cricketers who are playing across the globe now. We folks are familiar with Gurbaz for KKR, or Rashid for Gujarat, or a Noor for Gujarat. Nabi played for so many years for SRH. So these guys we're familiar with, but most of their guys, because we do not sometimes watch the Pakistan Super League or the Big Bash or the Lankan Premier League. All of them are playing their trade across the globe, so they're now pretty used to top level bowling.
Exactly.
I think that is coming to yes, Shivam.
Some words for Noor. They did not play in that bilateral series against Pakistan, and now he performed.
Yeah, no, but that was never a like Shivam is pointing out how good Noor has been. That's true. In fact, when they did not play him in that series, I was surprised because Noor, if again, maybe these guys weren't seeing too much of IPL. We did. Like in that small sample size of the IPL, they brought him later. He had a bigger impact than even Rashid.
Yes.
So
today also he had a bigger impact.
By the way, how often does it happen? Rashid goes wicketless. Yeah.
But again, economy.
I know.
That's the thing with him. Today as well, 4.1 I think.
Yeah,
right?
4.1.
4.1 the economy. Again, more and more.
But look at Nabi's economy, man.
1 for 31.
3.1.
Poof.
The only guy who struggled was Mujib.
See,
surprisingly.
when I see these numbers, it reminds me, let's say, of Ashwin for some reason, because teams have adopted that overly cautious approach against certain bowlers, especially spinners. But, pacers, you can't do much really, because the reaction time and everything is just so, you can't really avoid at times. But with spinners, yes, you can consciously tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to attack, I'm not going to play a certain shot. All I'm going to do is just ward off the ball, just fend it across and save my wicket. That's the plan.
But again, see, Afghanistan knew of their plans. They know that left arm wrist spin is Pakistan's kryptonite. Look at, they couldn't tackle Kuldeep Yadav. Yeah. So Noor coming in had to be in a masterstroke, and he found these kind of conditions only. Maybe in Delhi he could have been tried, but I think they were happy with the team composition that was. England could have been floundering in the dark against Noor.
True.
So
they didn't need him.
They didn't need him. They got Rashid. Yeah.
They were good enough. Imagine if Noor was playing.
I know. And imagine Afghanistan, now their next 3 games are against Sri Lanka, Netherlands, Australia.
Okay, we'll look at the points table for that. Before that, by the way, I was just reminded, somebody sent me a message. 23rd of October, not a great day for Pakistan.
Yes.
Exactly a year ago. Virat Kohli.
Yes.
Masterclass.
82.
Masterclass. I was there at MCG. Doesn't feel like a year, by the way. I can't believe it. Just seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
Just seems like yesterday I was there, or at least like 3-4 months ago, sort of a feeling I'm getting. But exactly a year ago, Virat Kohli, snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. 3% was the probability. 3% it had fallen to. 3% to India, 97% to Pakistan. From there on, the Haris Rao over. Yes. Once again, Haris Rao.
28 of 8?
28 of 8, 2 sixes. Kohli hits it out of the ground. Kohli hits it down the ground. That was one. And anyway, October, if you look at it, ever since he's playing, Virat Kohli averages a phenomenal 84 in the month of October.
Really?
Yes, I've done the video, and this was a video that was suggested by our family member Austin Kuna. He put out some stats and I cross-checked it. He's a Virat superfan, by the way, Austin Kuna.
He loves October.
He loves October, and there are 3 days in particular, 21, 22 and 24th October, where he's always done well.
And 23rd also last year.
Yeah, but 23rd today, Pakistan losing to Afghanistan. And this victory, as Siddharth points out, would be very sweet for Afghanistan, because this is a grudge game. Last time around, when Afghanistan beat England in Delhi, Siddharth was out in the Afghan market in New Delhi, where a lot of Afghan community stays. And at that time also they had said, Pakistan, you're next.
Yes.
We're coming for you.
I feel so happy for Badshah Khan. He was the one who said, our country has been through so much of turmoil, politically also the earthquake, which has really devastated them. He said, all you Indians support us for the game against Pakistan. It will put a smile on every Afghanistan cricket fan's face. And boy, has it really come out. Today they'll be celebrating like anybody today, because 2 days, 3 days, the party is going to last. They wanted to beat Pakistan. One major tick mark has been achieved. One major tick mark. Yes, I totally agree with what Shivam said. It is equivalent to winning the World Cup, because
they won a local derby.
2019 and 2020, look at the nature of losses that they had. They could have won in 2019. They could have won in 2022.
Well, And this just tells you the story of this team that loves the sport so much. They went winless. They went winless the entire 2019 World Cup. They had just one win before that.
Yeah.
They came ever so
Against
close.
Scotland.
Ever so close to beating India. Lost that match by what, 10 runs?
Shami hat-trick.
Shami hat-trick. If it wasn't to be for that miracle, it was a miracle. How often do you see hat-tricks in a World Cup happen?
They had their moment even against Australia, but they lost. They had a moment against New Zealand, but bad fielding let them down. Pakistan, man, they should have won that, but
Points
Imad
table
Wasim.
show. Let's see. My friends here are of the opinion that Afghanistan. Let's look at Afghanistan first.
Afghanistan
They feel that
fixtures.
Think of
Afghanistan
mid-table now.
can qualify for the semi-finals. So they've played 5 games, 1-2, which means 4 points now. They've moved to the 6th position on the points table
Yes.
because Pakistan still remain 5th despite the loss because of a slightly better net run rate. But they are even Stevens on the point. Now, they've got 4 games remaining. If they win all 4, then 6 games you're through, right?
Yeah.
As we've discussed.
Yes.
But which are the games that are coming up? Sri Lanka they can beat.
Yes.
Can.
Okay.
Can.
Netherlands they can beat.
Yes.
Should.
That takes them to 8 points.
8.
Australia and South Africa, my friend.
But Australia, where are they playing? That's what I want to know. Where are they playing Australia?
We'll just
On
check
7th November.
On 7th November.
That's what I'm interested to. Yeah.
Mumbai.
Oh,
toughie.
That's tough.
Okay. Assuming they lose that, you can still make it with 5 wins. Now that every team is losing, there will be a dogfight towards the end.
Yeah.
Looking like 2 top teams could be India, New Zealand. Though we said New Zealand also has a rough run, but our experts in Suresh Raina and Robin Uthappa said that no, the way New Zealand are looking, they should win most of their games. They will start favorites. So, assuming let's say India, New Zealand go up, there'll be a rock fight there. Everyone's losing, helping each other. Crab mentality, trying to pull each other down, and you're coming down, whatever. So 5 could do it. Then coming to the last game, South Africa. Where are they playing? 10th November.
Ahmedabad.
Oh.
Ahmedabad. Never know.
50-50.
50-50 because some days you get a good pitch, some day you get a turning track.
And Rashid and Noor in Ahmedabad.
So, but if you ask me, I think,
Realistically, 2 wins. Only.
Oh, 2 more.
2 more wins.
2 more.
and that too maybe. Okay, now listen here. Sri Lanka still start favorite.
Yeah, they do.
Let's be honest.
See, Sri
We're riding
Lanka.
high on.
No, Sri Lanka. It'll be a good match. I feel it may just be the thriller we are still waiting for.
This is kind of a thriller,
This 8 wickets.
but was like closing in.
Until over number 41. It was because you needed 56 or 54.
But again,
You knew that, but we don't know with Afghanistan.
the time that we're not left with any nails, let's say.
Okay, so let's quick word. Making it, not making it.
Afghanistan.
No.
How many wins out of the 4 remaining?
2 potentially.
Yeah. At best 2.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
But I'll be so happy for them.
Australia, South Africa are going to be very tough.
So happy for them.
Yeah.
By the end of it all.
Yeah. What they've done already is a big step up from the previous 2 World Cups that they've had. So nothing.
But now Pakistan are
Okay,
in
let's
massive
answer
trouble.
that question. Let's answer that question.
Go up
Shiva.
Pakistan. Yeah, because Pakistan, I don't want their fixtures.
See, 3 on the trot they've lost now.
Yeah.
Okay, they won 2, as I said, looking at 6, 4 games remaining. If they win all 4 games, they're through, technically, right? But who are their opponents? South Africa, Bangladesh, New Zealand, England.
Pakistan, South Africa in Chepauk. And looking at it, Klaasen's way, how he's playing spin, and looking at Pakistan spinners, sorry, I don't see them.
Keshav Maharaj will be more deadly then.
Yes, Keshav Maharaj. Pakistan, Bangladesh and Kolkata. That I think Pakistan will have the edge.
Yeah, because it will be a seam-friendly track. Bangladesh would require a spin-friendly track to upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
So it's not that they can't beat Pakistan, but they need conditions.
Yeah.
But that Mirpur-like conditions, they're not going to get that.
Yeah.
So Pakistan start favorite there. Okay.
Pakistan, New Zealand in Bangalore.
No, dead meat. Pakistan's dead meat there.
Yeah.
New Zealand get 360,
Yes,
370.
they can.
Yeah.
Can they?
Yeah.
They can.
320, 30.
England in Kolkata. last game? I think they're only winning one
Tough.
from this point.
Could win
At best two.
could
At
win
best
two.
two.
Maybe
Yeah.
against England because England look susceptible at the moment.
But you never know, by the time you play, they'll have nothing to lose sort of a scenario. Or you
Yeah.
never know, England and by that time are in a position must-win game to qualify.
Oh.
Never know. So it won't be easy. I agree. I don't see Pakistan making it. Not because I'll tell you what, it's not just the opposition, it's not just the venue. You need to have the personnel, the firepower in your team. That is frankly what Pakistan hasn't shown. You clearly know that their fast bowlers need conditions. You clearly know their spinners are substandard, not top quality. So those are your two weaknesses straight away. And third, their batting is good, but again, middling sort of batting. It's not a batting that's going to wow you. It's not a batting that is going to, really issue a statement and come at that level. I don't think they have all of this to do any sort of surprises. If you were looking at England in this scenario, I could still say that yes, they've had some, major results going against them, but they have the personnel to really turn the tide and become very dangerous. And even if you want them to win 5 on a trot against any opposition, they could still do it because they have that firepower to do it, but not with Pakistan.
Not with Pakistan.
There's this moment when the match had conveniently sort of slipped away from Pakistan. There's this moment when there was almost an overthrow. There's a throw that came in. Babar was just going behind the stumps. He hadn't reached behind the stump, but the throw nevertheless came in, and the ball went to the man in the deep. Afghanistan chose, and happened towards the dying stages of this match. Afghanistan chose not to take that extra run, could have. But then that anger that came from Babar Azam, that told me, and he yelled at the player. Again, the camera shot was such I couldn't see who the player was who went with the throw. His point was very clear. He's like, why are you throwing when there's nobody covering the stumps? That told me that it's a ship that's sinking and it's crumbling like anything at the moment. Nothing going, and they're only making a joke out of themselves in the field come every game. When is that one match, tell me, that they haven't given us some moment in the field?
Before this, it's not uncommon with Pakistan team to have all of this, yet they find a way to win. It's happened earlier, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was to happen again. The only difference is what I said, is the personnel. Those Pakistan teams had mavericks. They had players. So it was pretty open. Wasim Wakar wouldn't get along. Asif Shoaib had a fight. All of these things used to happen. Amir Sohail sometimes didn't get along with the rest of the team. It was pretty normal. Salim Malik used to be just on his own. Miandad was a character. But you knew that despite all of these stories, which was a lot of times true also, they would on a given day win you. The thing with this Pakistan team is that do they have that kind of talent at their disposal to do it? The answer, I'm afraid, is no. They do not have. By the way, just tells you where the team must have been in terms of mindset, and clearly not going to help them. Just before this game was to start, there was an official press release given by the Pakistan Cricket Board where they denied any sort of news reports which said that there is unrest amongst the team members. So it's pretty common again when Pakistan is losing, the media reports come out, this one is fighting with this. It happened in Asia Cup, after they lost to Sri Lanka. There was this news that things were said between Shaheen Shah Afridi and Babar Azam, which was true, may have been, in terms of reporting, may have been exaggerated to the extent it was done. But there was a to and fro between them. May have been much milder than what was reported, but it did happen. But I'm saying these are normal things that happen in Pakistan. And sure enough, when they were losing, there were reports there are issues. So PCB actually sent a full release out. There's nothing wrong. When you do that, you have an inkling that
something is wrong.
So
that's like saying you're applying some patchwork, you're doing some patchwork on one of the walls and saying no, there wasn't any leakage at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible.
Questions?
Yes, there are questions. And
I just saw one Om Prakash saying Nikhil Nas ki team haar gayi. I don't know which team he's talking about. Is it New Zealand? Is it Pakistan? Is it?
See, he supports India, and India are the only unbeaten team at this point. So.
Exactly. So there is. I just saw my name. So either Om Prakash Chautala is not been seeing our shows, or
Okay, Prithvi Patnaik is like saying, okay. Vic sir, can you tell me if Pakistan has ever won Test series in Australia or South Africa in their history? Because
Not in Australia, I know.
Even in South Africa?
They've never won a series in Australia, I know.
I have heard Aqib Javed calling India Ghar ke sher if not want is cause of their ego of their so-called fast bowlers.
That's true. India have won 2 back-to-back series.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Only final frontier remaining is South Africa. That's it. Which they should hopefully conquer in December.
Come close couple of times.
Yep. I love conflicts.
What's he saying? Cheating. DJ played Dil Dil Pakistan at low volume. By the way, I want, again, this thing comes, and let me just give you a clarification. I know he's being sarcastic.
Yeah.
So I repeat that, and this is our job to put things into perspective and do not fall for everything that you see on social media, because I was there at the ground. Mickey Arthur did not offer Dil Dil Pakistan not being played as an excuse for the loss. He merely raised a protest saying that in ICC tournament you should have songs from both sides. He did not say that we lost to India because Dil Dil Pakistan, whatever song was on. He did not say that. This is a narrative that's run on social media, and quite often one person says it, the other forwards it, and then that becomes the truth. It's not. This is what you call post-truth. Okay, it's not. He did not offer it as an excuse. He merely raised it as a protest, saying that in ICC tournament you should have that. That's first. Second, it was played because I just saw in their previous game, where did they play? Bangalore?
Bangalore.
In Bangalore, the song was played because I did.
Australia,
Yeah, the Australia game, they played that song because there were a few Pakistani journalists that pointed out, and yet they lost. Right. So it's not that the song helps them win or if that is an excuse or whatever. It's just that each team would want their particular songs playing when they've taken a wicket or hit a 6, and that should be done. That's not going to help them win or lose. What is going to help them win is to have good skills, good practice, good personnel to win you. If you don't, it does not. So that is the thing. And Pakistan, by the way, it doesn't surprise me. None of us picked during our pre-prediction, none of us picked Pakistan in our top 4. So it doesn't surprise me.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I remember picking.
Well then.
Number 4, I said, but I also remember saying number 4 would be Pakistan.
Whatever.
Yeah.
They ain't making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, Harshit. Question Sharan Vinakota.
Harshit is half asleep. Yes.
Okay, I'll only do it.
Okay.
Sharan Vinakota is like saying Pak deserves the amount of hate they have on social media against IND is unpardonable. Since the World Cup has started, they were complaining about petty things, making things and not paying attention to their strategy.
Is he talking about, let's say, those requests that they had, one of which you did earlier mention? They weren't okay playing in Mumbai, they said very clearly.
No, before the tournament, not wanting to play in
couple
Chennai.
Of things that they said, they didn't want to play Australia in Bangalore. They didn't want to play Afghanistan in Chennai. They were very clear about not playing the semi-final in Mumbai. That was the one thing that was heard. And it was made very clear, if India-Pakistan are to play the semi-final, then that will take place in Kolkata. The other 2 demands weren't adhered to.
But the Mumbai demand has been there for 30 years.
Yeah, but they reiterated it.
No, it's more than I think Pakistan's demand. Even India doesn't want them to play there. I think even the organizers preempt some sort of trouble, and that's why they will not have that. So, but what he's saying is that I do not know, but you're right. These are the kind of noises that were made, and if they were so preoccupied by these things, they wouldn't have ever done well. But to be fair to Pakistan, I never heard anything like that since their team arrived on the Indian shores. Babar Azam never once mentioned this, that, whatever. He, I think, everywhere said, no, we are happy with the hospitality. Somebody said, yeah, whatever. I said, we don't care, we'll just play this and that. But they did raise a few protests, and that was not done from the players' point of view, from the PCB point of view. And as I said earlier, I don't think there's anything wrong with, let's say, what have they objected to? They objected to, not the ground thing, which was not, but I'm saying they objected to, let's say, the song not being played. They protested against that, which is entitled to. They said visa has not been given to our journalists, they're entitled to do that. They said that visa has not been given to their fans, they're entitled to do that. I'm just trying to see it from the Indian point of view. I'm an Indian journalist. If this tournament was in Pakistan, and if I wasn't given a visa, I would want BCCI to raise this issue.
Yep.
Why wouldn't I want that? And similarly, if Indian fans were not given visas to travel there, I would raise it in the media here. And I would then want our board to raise it with the authorities. If India were playing there, and if it's a norm in ICC tournaments that you have to play songs of both teams, not necessarily only the host team, and if that's not done, I would do a story on that. And I would want our coach and people to point that out. Things need to be even. So, but is that the reason that they're out? I don't think so. I think that, and it's not that they did not have time to make strategies and all. It's just that they do not have the team to reach the top four. Quite honestly, I didn't think they did.
Two
and
problems.
the signs were clear in Asia Cup.
Two problems: spinners not coming to the party, and one that has always remained with them: poor fielding.
Spain, I think, when they really got exposed was the Asia Cup. You knew that the spinners, that they were no longer in form. They were being taken to the cleaners by everyone. The tailenders would target Shadab so often. Nawaz was not there up to the mark, and that has continued into the World Cup as well.
Yep. Ashish Dhar is like saying, can Afghanistan upset Australia? Oz don't play spin well.
Where are they playing this game?
Where are they playing? Afghanistan, Australia? I think it's in Lucknow. Afghanistan, no, up. That's the second last game.
7th November.
7th November.
Let's check.
Mumbai.
Oh, no. Australia and Mumbai.
Yeah.
Singularities. Shoran Freira.
Big total coming up just as South Africa got
Yeah.
at the Wankhede. No matter what spinners you have, and I think the spinners will do well. But I still think in Mumbai, I wouldn't give too much of a chance to Afghanistan.
Exactly. Schadenfreude, singularity saying, feels sweet, feeling sorry for Pakistan.
Why are you sorry? They didn't come prepared. They don't have the team. And I think a lot of questions will be asked of Babar Azam. I think, just as it should be, PCB backed Babar. They allowed Babar to pick the kind of team that he wanted. And captains run the team. He was allowed to run the team. There were, doubts raised by a lot of folks in Pakistan, in the Pakistan media, saying that, listen, he's only picking his friends, not picking the right personnel for the right situation. But he stuck to it. And then the buck stops with the captain. Because if you win, you'll get the plaudits. If you don't, you'll get the brickbats. So that's what's going to happen. And I'm sure if this disastrous World Cup continues for Pakistan, this was a question that was asked to Babar Azam in that pre-tournament press conference, that World Cups decide captaincy. I think his captaincy will be under severe pressure.
Yep.
Because this actually, not just the reports that you hinted at, the fact that an out of form Fakhar Zaman was also given chances. There is evidence now that he's statistically not been there for quite a while now. His bat's not been, but they persisted with him. It was only after a couple of games that they brought in Abdullah Shafiq.
Looking at Abdullah Shafiq, the difference is chalk and cheese between him and Fakhar Zaman. The current Fakhar Zaman.
Yeah.
True.
He should have started from the word go. I don't know what. And we didn't say it now. We said it during Asia Cup as well at that time, that he should have started.
Yeah. And Ankit Singh saying, cheer up for your team. I'm looking sad. Where am I looking sad? I'm cheered for my team and I had said that they will win and they won.
What is it with the family members?
Yeah.
Somebody was not happy with you. Now with Siddharth they're saying.
No, he's saying I'm unhappy because my team lost. So I didn't even get the question.
Yeah.
As I said, my team is India, so.
And the team that I backed, they won yesterday also and today also. I don't know who I should please and who I should not please. I really don't know.
Saurabh Sen has an interesting question. He said, did the ball start reversing around 40 over mark by Rauf and Afridi? If so, then why did Babar choose to go with Osama? Saurabh, I'll tell you, I did see the ball reverse briefly, but it just reversed. That reverse swing wasn't that pronounced. So it was there, but not very pronounced, and didn't seem that effective. But I think at that time, it was a throw of a dice. He got in shine a bit earlier as well, before that. And that was also a throw that was going to decide, I think 36th over or something, he got shine. Didn't happen, nothing happened. He was trying to reverse it a bit, but if it didn't happen for 3-4 overs, then, he was trying to look for ways to pick up the wickets. So.
Yep. Pakistan lost because no Fazal Haq for Rookie. Yeah, in the last couple of games he did get hit by Naseem Shah, but okay, you can argue for the fact that Maybe if Naseem Shah was there even today, it wouldn't have made a difference. Because Pakistan were not chasing today. They were setting a total. So that's the thing. Any other?
One comment from Siddharth says, guys, you're the best, don't mind the toxic comments. Siddharth, thank you for the
Thank
love.
you,
Yeah.
yeah.
And honestly, we do not mind the toxic comments. At least I don't.
Yep.
It's okay. I know a lot of people sometimes vent their own frustration here. A lot of people also change their minds very often. So they say something today, 3 days later will say something. A lot of people also write things on purpose to get attention.
Exactly.
And that's another problem in social media, that they know that as soon as they write something nasty, they'll get attention. But you know what we try and do? Don't bother. Just move work. Just try and engage with people who want to talk about cricket. That's our attempt, because that's exactly what we do. So, then it's all fun.
Yeah,
Everything
they've given
else,
me a new name. I didn't complain at all.
yeah, exactly. That's how sporty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sai Srivastava, South Africa tomorrow in Mumbai against Bangladesh, another 400.
I won't be surprised.
I know. South Africa look like a team out on a vengeance. They really, really want to ensure that all the past records that they've had, it's eradicated in this 2023 World Cup.
Okay, on that note.
Last super chat, Ashish there. Are Pakistan and Sri Lanka doing better at T20 level? No. Even there, a decline might come pretty soon.
Yeah, Sri Lanka are devoid of the best resources right now. Pakistan are playing what they have. Vanindu Hasaranga, you add Patirana in the mix, you add all these players. They're a good side. They are a good side. See, the batting is clicking right now. Let's make no mistake about Sri Lanka.
What T20 cricket does is, it obviously narrows the gap between teams.
Yeah.
It does. The longer the format, the more chances of a superior team emerging victorious.
True.
Which is always the case.
True.
Yep. Well, Babar does admit this hurts us. And yes,
It better.
Pakistan,
It better.
better, because if it doesn't, Pakistan for the third consecutive World Cup are not even making an attempt for the semi-finals.
If this doesn't hurt Babar and his team, the next pain will only find healing in Pakistan, because he won't get any time over here in India to
It's not the right time to get healed there at this point in time. Oh boy. So Afghanistan have done it, and the party is going to be long into the night in Chennai. Wish they had played this game in Delhi. Would have been so much more better. But yep, congratulations to Afghanistan for a historic win. Tomorrow it's South Africa versus Bangladesh. Pakistan's turmoils are only going to start now, because they're going to play South Africa in Chennai next. And South Africa have a game tomorrow against Bangladesh in Wankhede. Let's see how it goes.
Yep. We'll be there as always to take you through that particular game as well, and everything else happening in the world of sport. For now, we'll take your leave. That's Nikhil Nas to my left, Siddharth to my right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.